as promised, I'm going to share some tips and tricks in real estate, like I said in my channel. So we listed this property last week, and we actually had to do some work to it before we put it on the market. And it's basically presenting the property the best possible way without breaking the bank. So I know some of you are pros and you already know what you're doing, and just verify if I'm right about this. But for people who are new, especially new real estate agent, and also people who want to sell their house, you don't want to not spending the little bit of money that make the house look great, and then end up losing money at the end because you're gonna get a lower offer. So coming in here, this house was done. I have some previous photo. I also did a video of this house before as well. Notice that door, notice the lock. I'm gonna post some before pictures on there. But that's like an easy fix. Prior to this, it was like, wooden door, but it was like all scratched on it. The door handles, they didn't match. So, we did some, matched them up. It didn't cost that much at all. And the living room is beautiful. And it was just sitting empty. Now, this house is definitely staged and it's worth every dime, okay? This is a 4-bedroom house in a really, really nice neighborhood. And we dressed it up a little bit because the market is, very competitive right now. The previous agent just kind of left it open and didn't really do anything to it. It was kind of dirty. So we came in, we cleaned it up. We got our crew in here, staged it. Cost $2,000 right up front. But to pay the $2,000 up front and not have to lose a lower offer, possibly, $8,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 lower if you don't stage. Not to say that you don't sell the house, you don't stage. People sell it all the time without staging. But if you want to maximize your profit, $2,000 staging an $800,000 house, it's well worth it. Trust me. So also, keep the paint color neutral. So this is another thing about, and this is what I'm about to tell your investors. So my wife and we've been an investor for 20-some years. And my background was, I was a commercial photographer, and I photographed and I designed sets for IKEA. So I know a little bit about interiors. Most people want beautiful, neutral interiors. This room was bright blue before. I walked in here and I was like, no, we need to repaint this. So there it is now. Just a basic neutral gray, I know I was spinning around a lot, but set up just a simple mock-up of a bed. I mean, it's a real bed, but so people can see how their furniture might fit in this space. And the bathroom here was all done, but they left it plain as well. But now we just put some, you know, some stuff on the counter there. Some towels, a picture. Just really, really simple things. But, you know, you don't even have to do this yourself. And you shouldn't do it yourself unless you're a designer. So for a designer to show up to your space, let me show you this room. This is a secondary bedroom, and it's totally empty. It's fine. You know, you don't need to stage every single room because that's get overwhelming. But you hire the professional. They come in, they set up they bring everything they need, and within a day, it transforms your space. It's like if you're gonna go and get food from a restaurant and they just scoop it out and throw it on a plate, like at the lunch, like a cafeteria. Well, I don't care. I mean, you know, some cafeteria food is good. Not many, but I'm sure there is, even if it is good, but you just plop it on the plate. Well, it won't taste so good, okay? Now, I have pictures of this house. It's the same exact house, basically the same thing. We changed a couple of things, there's, you know, colors on the upstairs. But other than that, we just retouched some stuff. But what we did was equivalent to a chef plating food on a plate. Chicken is chicken, of course, but if you cook it right, people won't eat it unless it look good. That's just my theory. But you know, anybody else who have different ideas, welcome to chime in and you know, comments. But you know, just a nice, clean, thoughtful design. And see, it's like, don't try to, like I said, don't try to stage your own house unless you are a professional. It's like trying to cut your own hair, you know? You can, but in order to save yourself some aggravation and have to buy all the furniture and stuff like that, pay somebody. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous when I hear people say, oh, you know, they came in for one day and they charged me $2,000. To that I say, they didn't learn that in one day, okay? They learned it in years and years of practice, hours of shopping and gathering all these things. All these things they've been gathering, storing up, and figuring it out what people like. So that's what you're paying for. It's, you know, the whole idea about how much you pay somebody for the hour or the days that they're here is ludicrous. Okay, same thing with contractors. Okay, we have our contractor came here, went through the whole place with a fine-tooth comb and made sure all the doors open and close exactly as it should. At the stove, you know, so here's the thing, refrigerator. You see that refrigerator, that's a white panel there? That wasn't there. So, you know, our contractor came in, matched that, put it in there. Now it looks complete. If you sit here, you know, the refrigerator is kind of like back there and it's okay, it's convenient, but it's not in your face. I'll show you a picture of it before as well. So, and just little things like that stove right there, well, it was a big gap in the back of it, okay? There's a big gap, and the stove couldn't push back because you had to move the plug around and all that stuff, and make sure that whoever does it know what they're doing because it's high power, and you also have to put in the tilting bracket so your stove doesn't fall forward. If you happen to make a turkey and you pull the turkey out, and the whole oven just going to tilt forward, those things. It took our contractor a few days to come in and also adjust every single handle, square everything out, all the doors are lined up, okay? Because these things matter. And it only costs $3,000, okay? $3,000. Now, mind you, this house is a beautiful house, but it didn't sell for like a year. Why is that? Because you move in here, you don't want to deal with those little things. You're not gonna, a nice family moving in, they want it ready. They don't want it to be like, oh my God, it drives me crazy because every time I look at the handle, it's crooked. Like a lot of those handles. So that's the other thing. I want to talk to a lot of investors that are trying to flip houses and thinking, oh, I'm going to do it myself and save some money. Yes, you can. I've done it. I've done it for 18, 20 years. I kind of stopped doing the flipping part, the working part, but I still do help out, So you still need to know what you're doing, okay? There's nothing wrong with do it yourself, because like I said, I've done it for my whole entire career in real estate, and I still do it now. So I went through this entire house as well. And so because it took them so long to do this house, the paint, the trim started to get dirty. Okay, they just moving things around, and things get scruffed up. So I spent like 2 hours going through, retouching everything, get all that stuff cleaned up, because that matters. That matters a lot. So tips and tricks about real estate, that is actually part of the marketing, believe it or not. Because, the whole idea about marketing a property, when people hear about marketing the property, they just thinking about, take the picture. Some people would say, fake it, take it, and make it. So you kind of fake it to take the picture, okay, and you take the picture, take it, and then you make the money. Well, I disagree with just all of that. You can't fake it, okay? Just do it for real. And before you do the marketing, you have to make sure that you're not going to waste all your time marketing something that doesn't look good. Okay, so the first step of marketing is basically make sure your product is marketable. Okay, I don't care how good of a marketer you are, you can get 1 million people coming through this place, and if you don't take care of those things, those little things that people care about, well, it's really hard to get a buyer to cough up $830,000. Okay, because why is that? For that money, they can walk down the street and buy a brand new house. Everything's already done, never been touched. Well, maybe not down the street, but you know what I'm saying. In this neighborhood, people are moving in. The houses around here are $900,000 or well, between 8 to 900,000, I'll say. You can find them, some of them over $1 million, but those are much bigger houses. But you know, at that price point, people don't want to be moving in here and start doing work, or they don't want to be moving in here, pay for that, all that money, moving their furniture in, and then have to pay somebody to do all the work, move that stuff around. I mean, moving is stressful, and you know, they don't want to just coming in. They're not do-it-yourself people. Well, the do-it-yourself people won't buy a place like this, right? The do-it-yourself people will buy a place that's totally not updated at all. Because the do-it-yourselfer, which I've done for many years, because I'm looking for cabinets are not done, you know, like the floors are not done, so I can do it myself, and I can save some money. But those people can't or will not move into a place like this and pay market price. They hope they pay wholesale price. So for this place, wholesale price, probably around 600,000, okay? If that's on the high end. Because if you buy a house like this and you have to redo the entire house, it's gonna cost you at least $170,000 to get this house up to this grade, because it's a big house. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 3-car garage. But you know, so anyways, I have been talking for a long time and I noticed that it's like 17 minutes already. But you know, follow me on YouTube and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep making these kind of videos. And this is obviously just my experience and my wife's experience, and our expertise is working with professional flippers who they don't have time to advertise. They don't have time to market. They know what they're doing, but you know, once they got the property, they don't have time to design the property. They can do whatever color that you know we tell them to do, or we sit down with them and we say, look, you know, put your money here and put your money there, but don't put your money over there, because some things you can't get your money back out. Okay, so certain things are great to do, but certain things are not so great to do, and I'm gonna make more videos about those kind of things, like, you know, what should I change about the house. Some houses, you know, you can put all the money in the world into it, but you're not going to get any money out of it, because based on where it's at and the kind of material and the kind of people who are moving in there too. Because you know, if the kind of property that you're going to buy, you're going to keep and you're going to rent it out, well, that's a whole different animal, right? Or it's a starter home where somebody is moving in, they're, you know, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, starter home, base kind of property. Well, you don't want to put like really high-end cabinets in there, because it's like putting like an Alpine system in an old used car. I mean, it's useless. You're just gonna have to, you know, put in the right material for the right property. Now, a lot of the newer investors, they don't get this. Okay, so I see the same mistake on the other way too. The first mistake that I see is that they buy a really nice house and they put crappy stuff in there. Okay, so if this is an $800,000 house, you're gonna put nice things in there. Why is that? Because people expect that. People who live on this level, they probably moved from a nicer house, and they're gonna compare this house to their old house. And they're gonna look at this and it's like, it doesn't even compare to my old house. I'm gonna have to find something better. People don't wanna move into a shittier house. They don't wanna move in the crappy house, okay? But at the same time, when people who are starting out and they do, they're just getting going and they're building the family, well, they don't wanna go and buy a house that you, as an investor, overprice it up because you spend the wrong amount of, the wrong type of floor, it costs too much, or the cabinets that you picked out is too expensive, or even the fixtures of these beginning house. Well, you have to think about your client. You gotta save them some money, okay? You gotta put in the good quality, but not too expensive. Okay, so those are two different things. Good quality stuff that will last a long time, but it can't be expensive. Okay, it's not like high-end designer cabinets. Good, solid cabinets that's easy to be replaced, easy to maintain. Those are the starter home stuff, So in that way, you can be competitive when you put your house on the market and when you're trying to sell it. You can go, at market value or a little bit below it. So that's part of marketing, okay? Marketing is not just about some slick jargon and some fake pictures, doctoring up the colors, and those are not marketing. Those are like bait and switch. I hate it when I bring my client to see a house, and online it looks gorgeous because they hire some photographers to come in and move all this stuff around and photographed it and then retouch stuff, put like the fake sky in there and put all this colorful stuff all over. Well, they're great looking photographs, don't get me wrong, but those are totally fake, okay? When we show up and look at the house, we're like, is that even the same house? What the heck? Okay, and on the other side is people who don't want to spend the money and do the photographs themselves, and it looks like you photographed it with like an iPhone 1 or 2 or something like that, and the lighting is all off, and it's all, they don't even clean up the space. Stuff just laying out all over the place, garbage cans, outside, mismatched furniture. I saw like so many, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pictures online with bad, terrible photography. Well, with those people, hire somebody, okay? Hire somebody to clean your place. Hire somebody to do professional photography on it. But please, 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 for the professional photographers who are watching this, don't fake it. I mean, present the property as it is. I photographed this house, okay? I'm gonna put some photo on this video right now. See, the living room should look like the living room that people walk in. Like, oh, this is what I saw online, and this is what I'm seeing now. It matches their expectation, okay? The kitchen looked like the kitchen that I saw online. The color is not crazy, and the sizes of the sizes are exactly how I see it, okay? Now, with wide-angle lens, you do get more, like, you know, show more, but be careful with that. Don't overdo it, okay? What else? I think I'm on 25 minutes now, 26 minutes. I'm done with this. But with that, I'm gonna sign out, and I will see you at the next video. And please comment and let me know what you think, okay? And we'll see you soon.